Let's go ahead and factor this trigonometric expression, and that's the cosecant squared of x minus cotangent of x minus 3. Now this is different from our other factoring problems because these trig functions are both different. One's cosecant and one's cotangent. So we can't just call this x and then call this x, the same variable. That's not going to work. So the idea behind this kind of problem is let's put all of our trig functions either in terms of cosecants or in terms of cotangents. Okay, so that's the idea there. And it doesn't matter which one you do, but I guess you want to choose one that's going to be the most simplest. But so let's just see which one's going to work out the best right there. So we actually have an identity, our cosecant squared, right? So we know that cosecant squared of x equals 1 plus cotangent squared of x. Okay, so that's from one of our identities. So which is going to help us now, because if I replace this with 1 plus cotangent squared of x, then that means everything will be in terms of cotangent. And then we can factor that. Okay, so I'm going to replace this guy with 1 plus cotangent squared of x. Okay, and I'm just going to bring down the rest of my terms. Minus cotangent x minus 3. All right, so let's just go ahead and combine these terms right here. And so now I have cotangent squared of x minus cotangent x minus 2. So since now everything is in terms of cotangent, this is the same thing as factoring x squared minus x minus 2. See, you can only do this cool trick when they are the same trig function. And since they're both cotangent, we can just replace cotangent of x with this x here. So basically I'm doing this, I'm saying I'm letting x equal cotangent of x. And so that's why I can replace this with x and replace that with x. So let's factor this, and then we'll replace everything with cotangent there. So I know I have to have x, and then I have to have an x right there. And let's say I have to get negative 2 and then a positive 1, right? So negative 2 and then plus 1 gives us our negative x, and that gives us negative 2. Awesome, so this is our factor, but we really weren't factoring this. We had the cotangent, so let's replace all of our cotangents, or replace all of the x with cotangents, and then we'll be done. So our final answer is cotangent of x minus 2 times cotangent of x plus 1. And that is it.